Up first tonight, a manhunt continues at this hour after shots were fired on board a Metro bus.
Jeff, this story is simply heartbreaking. Police telling us a passenger, an innocent woman, was shot and killed. Happened about 2:30 this afternoon near Richmond Avenue and Walnut Bend Lane near the Beltway. This is in the Westchase neighborhood.
We have team coverage for you this evening. Let's begin with Orko Manna, who's been live from the scene since this all happened earlier today. Orko.
Well, Mia, the scene here is clear now, but earlier this afternoon, this whole area was swarming with police. The bus was towed away around 7 o'clock, and tonight we're hearing exclusively from a man who says he was on the bus when the deadly shooting took place. A chaotic scene this afternoon in West Houston after a deadly shooting on a Metro bus. Metro police say a woman in her mid-20s was shot in the head and died at the hospital. Additionally, Houston police tell me a possible second male victim was later taken to the hospital by private vehicle. Officers descending on the intersection of Walnut Bend and Richmond, equipped with tactical gear and canines while searching for the suspect, who is believed to be in this nearby apartment complex.
This is something we're not going to tolerate.
Metro police say the suspect got on the bus, fired a handgun, and then got off the bus. They add that the young woman shot and killed was not the intended target.
It appears the suspect went on the bus, was targeting certain individuals. At this time, that's still part of the investigation. We don't know who they are. But that female was actually one of the innocent bystanders on a bus and got shot.
That's crazy.
A witness who did not want to be identified says he was on the bus when the shooting unfolded.
The young lady, they shot in her head. Her brains was on the floor. Yeah, she got shot in the head. There was another young man, I think, got shot in the leg from the other bullet. It was only 2 shots.
He described what he saw.
2 young men got on the bus, went to the back of the bus. It wasn't no argument or nothing, but another young man come up and he gets on the bus and immediately they shoot at each other.
I asked Houston police if there was an exchange of gunfire, but they could not confirm that with me. And while Metro Police first reported that there were 2 suspects, they later clarified that there was only 1 suspect. That suspect is described as a young man, and he is around 6 feet tall, last seen wearing a black hoodie and gray shorts. Houston police is in charge of the investigation. I called them to ask if there were any updates on the search for the suspect tonight, but I'm still waiting to hear back. It's also still unclear if that second possible victim was the intended target in this shooting. For now, reporting live in West Houston tonight, Orko Manna, KHOU 11 News.
Appreciate all those details, Orko. Thank you. Now, Air 11 flew over the scene as heavily armed officers, along with a K9 officer, searched a nearby apartment complex. Katira Winfrey, she joins us live as police continue the hunt for the suspect. Katira, we understand you talked with some neighbors tonight.
Yeah, Mia, and initially police centered its search at the Westchase Grand Apartments. Earlier today, my colleague Trayson Bragg actually saw police searching around a car with guns and K9s. They didn't end up finding the suspect, so the neighbors were obviously left on alert. A frantic search for an armed gunman transformed Walnut and Richmond into a crime scene. Flanked by apartments on both sides, the chaos left community members like Xavier Ross on edge.
I actually heard the choppers outside my house.
Curiosity won after spotting police lights and crime scene tape.
I saw a few K9 units and a 12-gauge user searching a car right here.
His eyes later met dozens of Metro and Houston police officers, armed, searching for a man accused of shooting 2 people, killing 1 innocent bystander on this Metro bus.
Just condolences to her family and friends for like nobody wants that happening to their loved ones.
With the suspect at large, community members waited it out, even with being given harsh warnings from police. Silva Garza amazed at how the departments moved in unison in the search.
They all ran, and then people get in your houses or get in your apartments.
Although she's only seen scenes like this play out in the movies, it's a sad reality. Understanding the magnitude of tracking down someone accused of such violence.
Poor lady, first of all. Poor lady. I mean, she didn't deserve this. She was just a bystander.
And we are still waiting for police to release additional details about that suspect. Reporting live in Houston, Katira Winfrey, KHOU 11 News.
We continue our team coverage now with investigative reporter Jeremy Rogowski.
Jeremy, I know you looked into Metro's crime stats just over the past few years.
Well, back in November, Metro announced increased police patrols and stronger partnerships with other agencies after a series of violent incidents on its buses and trains. But looking at the big picture over 3 years, the agency reports a steady decrease in major crimes. In fiscal year 2022, Metro reported 607 major crimes. In fiscal year 23, that went down to 460. And in fiscal year 24, the latest available data, major crimes went down again to 378. Metro says major crime does not always mean physical injury. For example, it considers stealing someone's phone a major crime. Now, for context, the crime rate for the latest available year is 1 major crime for every 193,000 Metro rides. Back to you.
Breaking down the numbers tonight, Jeremy, thank you. We'll have continuing coverage, of course, on KHOU 11 Morning News starting at 5 a.m. Also follow our coverage online at KHOU.com and our mobile app and KHOU 11 Plus. Download to your TV, stream for free.
And we have